What's up? We are back with Diana Brouillard from Dream Spa Medical, and we are in the Brookline location, which is right by Coolidge Corner. I love this location. I love Coolidge Corner. Do you
Me
love
too.
Coolidge Corner? It's just got such great charm.
I do, and it's so fun. You walk outside, you've got like 50 restaurants within, a 10-minute walk of you. You got to go wherever you'd like, lots of stores, lots of people. I love the energy.
When I went to BC and we were, I lived in Cleveland Circle, so I always deemed Coolidge Corner to be like the true entry into the city of Boston. I feel like once you're going into Boston and you get to Coolidge Corner, it's like, okay, there we are. We're in the city now. So that has established our location. There is plenty to talk about in your world, because even since the last time that you and Leah and I had a conversation right here sitting on that couch, I think a lot has evolved, a lot has changed in this world of med spa. And give me an update over the last 10, 12 months about how this industry has changed. What I would suggest is that, I don't want to say normalization, but more integration into the everyday life. I think more people are like, yeah, this is something that I should be doing on a regular basis to take care of myself.
For sure. I think that's definitely huge. And also just even more men getting into it, right? Whereas before we had a handful of men, now it's like pretty normal. We have husbands and wives coming in, getting skincare treatments, anti-aging treatments, Botox, or like they like to call it Brotox. Men want to look good too. They want to anti-age, all of those things. And I think that Boston has always been a pretty conservative city. So everybody that would be doing any kind of treatments likes to keep it on the hush-hush. But now it is becoming more normal. They are talking about it. It's like, where do you get your Botox? Instead of, have you even tried or thought about Botox, right? So I think that definitely these treatments are becoming more and more of a norm and a standard, and people want to keep up with them to look better. I think a lot of it also is that people are doing it as a preventative measure, as opposed to just correcting the years of, sun damage and things like that they have encountered. I also see this space going really more into the wellness realm. And we always say, look better, feel better. That's our motto. But where the treatments that we do, aesthetic treatments such as Botox, fillers, lasers, skincare, anti-aging, acne management, they make you look better and therefore feel better. We're really taking that feel better component and bringing it home with like IVs and, semaglutide now. That's a big one. I think that's a big thing that's changed in this industry.
I absolutely do too. Now, I'll be straightforward and tell you this. I'm working with Kristen Dewar from Westwood IV Therapy. I do semaglutide, and I've been pretty public about it. So I started at 237, and I'm down to 219 this morning, right? So it's crazy how transformative that can be.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going to point out that this is an area that I see many of the med spa companies getting into.
100%. And I think that there's different options when it comes to semaglutide, right? You can go to your physician and get it prescribed. That's difficult because, number one, it's hard to get an appointment with your PCP. Number two, there are really stringent parameters of getting it prescribed through that avenue. So a lot of people are going sort of the more cosmetic route for the semaglutide, and there's two options there. You can either, like yourself, go to a facility that will fully service you and provide support and give you a customized treatment plan and really take care of your treatment, or you can go online and get it, through these online services. Now, depends, right, what you're looking for, but to me, these online services, it's very transactional. And I think, you can speak to this based on your experience. I feel like when you're doing things, especially when you're injecting your body or like doing something that's like very personal.
I want coaching.
And you want coaching, right?
Yeah.
You want support. You want to know like they probably give you a nutrition plan and this is what you should eat and this is how many calories and this is how much protein you need. And then if you feel something after you're doing it and you need a little bit of correction, right? They can adjust. They can adjust your dose a little bit potentially. They can give you tips. They can give you an IV to make you feel better, right? So I just think that going the route of service-based facility with semaglutide is really the way to go.
And interesting, we talk about the normalization of it. I mean, lots of people like me, I find this. People want to hear about it. When someone will notice, hey, you look a little slimmer in the face or something like that. And I, tell them, I'm like, I'm taking the shot. Right. And they're like, oh, tell me about it.
Yeah.
And I know people who are considering it because they see results from people all around them. So again, it's that regular integration into the normal everyday practice. Well, not bearing the lead here a little bit, but for those of you who don't know, there are 3 locations for Dream Spa Medical. There's this one here in Brookline. There's the original, which is in Canton, and then the baby, which is in Patriot Place in Foxborough. So are all 3 kicking, going well? I mean, so many different businesses. You're in different circles of people, but I'm always mesmerized by how the Patriot Place one's going. How's the Patriot Place location?
It's actually going really well. It's really taken off in the past few months. We've been there for almost 2 years now. We started August 2nd of 2023. And we're doing really well. We're getting more providers in there, more patients. We're doing lots of events. We just, they just had the Irish Festival over there, and we did face painting. We must have had like 300 people come through our doors.
Wow. Awesome.
So it's, it's booming over there. Patriot Place is a fun place to be too.
Yeah, a lot of life.
A lot of life.
And unpredictable. You don't know who's coming. People
totally.
From all over the place.
Yeah, and you get walk-ins. People are there with their family. Now they have pickleball. They have, there's so many things you can go and do, and people are just walking by. And we always like to put a little table with hot chocolate or like something fun out, just so people walking by can grab something, because we like to be part of like the buzz.
You mentioned events, and that's one of the reasons why I stopped by today, because you have a bunch. I said we need to get together and talk about the events. Yeah. So I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit and give a overview of some of the things that are coming in the next couple of weeks, because there are some cool opportunities for people to engage and also learn. I think a lot of what you do is about education.
Totally.
So when you think about, I think I'm going to set you up first, and I know you have a Botox and Bubbles event, and I think that's at Patriot Place, right? What is that one about? What's the goal?
Yeah, for sure. The goal is really to educate anybody who's interested in Botox, what Botox is, what it does, common misconceptions. There's actually, Botox is like one of the different neuromodulators that are out there. It's used interchangeably like Kleenex, right? But it's really one of 3, actually one of 4, but we mainly offer the 3, which is Botox, Dysport, and Xeomin. And we talk a little bit about, the 3 different types of neuromodulators, what they do, what they treat. A lot of people don't know you can do Botox in your underarms for excessive sweating, right? That's called hyperhidrosis.
Really?
We do it in the jaw to kind of relax the jaw muscle a little bit, so that this doesn't pull down, and this kind of lifts up a little bit in the jawline area. We do Botox for migraines. We do Botox for TMJ. Of course, the most common use is cosmetic, right? You want to get rid of the wrinkles on your face. You want to get rid of the wrinkles around your eyes. And so we just educate on what Botox is. You have a chance to ask your questions. We do a live demo. So we put a patient right there, and, people get to watch how the injections are done. They get to ask lots of questions. And of course, we have some champagne, because we got to put the bubbles in there.
So when is this?
So it's going to be April 26th at 2 p.m. at our Patriot Place location.
But that's just the beginning, because I've heard rumblings of other events that are on the calendar here, or at least you're thinking about them. So walk me through what's ahead.
Yes, for sure. So actually, sooner than that, we're having a pop-up event in Brookline on April 13th. And that's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And what that is we're bringing a few women-owned businesses together in our spot, and they're doing little pop-up shop for each of what they do. It's kind of in honor of International Women's Day that happened March 8th. We decided to put this together, showcase the local women-owned businesses. And we're going to have permanent jewelry here, so somebody's going to be here doing permanent jewelry, which I think is kind of cool, and then piercings, so ear piercings as well.
Nice.
And then obviously Dream Spa Medical will have our thing, so we're going to do we're going to have some Try Me body contouring stuff, because we are running a body promotion right now to get everybody ready for summer or any vacations that they might be going to. And then we're going to be just talking about all the different services that we do as well.
And are we talking about the end of May yet? That's kind of a big one.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of cool. You were laying it out for me here, and I didn't know if it was official. So it may be becoming official right now. Take me through what we're doing on May 31st in Canton.
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to do a little neighborhood party in Canton. The way that our space is laid out in Canton is that we have that white brick building called the Ponkapog Medical Office Building. It's right on 138 next to Alfredo's, right where 138 and Washington intersect. And the building is right on that main road, and right behind it is a parking lot. So what's great about that is it's a perfect space to bring in a food truck. Hopefully we'll be getting one of our body contouring vendors out there with a big bus and some machines that people can go in and just take a look and just try out a treatment. We'll have a little glow bar tent where people can ask about products and learn about products. Music, fun, probably get a face painter in so the kids can have something.
Nice. And it's not Memorial Day weekend. For those of you who haven't thought about May yet, it's May 31st, which is a Saturday, which of course means that Memorial Day is the previous Monday and Memorial Day weekend is the weekend before. So well thought out.
Correct. Yes.
Well thought out.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. So there it is. That's the quick little update. We just wanted to touch base and let you all know about all these things that are going on and just get a chance to say hi to Diana again. And of course, you want to go to westwood-living.com. I'm going to put all of these events in our calendar of events, which, by the way, you should subscribe to. If you don't, it's amazing. I'm going to explain this to you. You can actually subscribe to this calendar, and it actually puts every single event that's in that calendar into your phone.
Love that.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yes.
I didn't even know that was a thing. And Carrie Aglugub, who did my website, she showed me that when it was basically done. She's like, oh, and by the way, you can subscribe to this. I was like, oh, my gosh, that's like the best feature on this whole website. And no surprise, the calendar events is like the number one page that people go to on the website.
Of course.
So
everybody's so busy. If it's done for you, take that extra step out.
Totally
What more
convenient.
can you ask for?
Okay, so thanks. I know you've got a meeting, so we're going to let you go, but we really appreciate you hosting us here this morning. That is Diana Brouillard from Dream Spa Medical. And, of course, every month, Dream Spa Medical presents Wolverine's View, which we didn't even get into, but the kids love it. Thank you very much for presenting that. And if you are a reader, you want to be reading Wolverine's View every month because it gives kids at Westwood High School who write for the student newspaper an opportunity to share their opinion and their thoughts on, some pretty important issues around town. And we've gotten some good feedback from residents about some of these features. So thanks to the kids, thanks to Diana and Leah, and of course, thanks to you for listening. I appreciate it. We'll check in with you next time right here on the Westwood Living Podcast Network. See ya.